Alright, we read the book Metamorphosis by Franz Kafka, and this is our discussion.
And I'm over here, by the way.
Alright, so, what do you guys think about the book?
It was weird.
How was it weird?
Really weird. Well, he wakes up as a bug. That's the first time.
Does he now?
He does. What do you think about that, Jake? He wakes up as a bug.
Well, I thought it was weird too, and I didn't really understand why for most of the book.
Yeah.
Until the very end.
Like you said, it was really bad. Don't read it.
Don't read it? It's on,
Do
the
not.
it's on the AP list, though.
Dinger does not recommend
I don't recommend
at all.
You
Metamorphosis.
should be reading it.
Tyler, what's your thoughts?
Well, towards the end, he figured out that Greet, his sister, was actually going through the metamorphosis, and it wasn't necessarily him. She just kind of symbolized him in the metamorphosis.
Did y'all notice, like, slowly how the family slowly didn't, like, lost their view of him as a human throughout the book? Like, throughout the 3 parts, they were slowly losing their belief that he was actually a human.
Well, maybe that's because he turned into a bug.
Yeah, he wasn't a human.
Yeah, but like, he showed, like, human traits, like...
I thought the family was awfully calm in that situation.
Yeah,
I agree.
that's true.
Yeah,
They just walk in and there's a bug.
They were really
Don't care.
uncaring about it. Like they didn't show much compassion.
They didn't show
for it.
compassion. They weren't a school of compassion.
No, they were
They
not.
need to come to North.
I thought there was also a lot of random details, like, and I thought, like, especially the setting, like, the boss coming into his house and, like, asking where he is, like, that would never happen, at, like, on our...
He was a traveling salesman.
Yeah, but, like, you still wouldn't...
Realistic in that job.
No boss would still just, like, walk in, they'd be like, where are you?
Yeah, but
What are you doing here?
If you're supposed to be out selling stuff and you're not there, they might come by your house and get you.
Yeah. I just thought that was weird.
Whatever bug you
So, what do you think about the family's debt situation?
I wasn't really sure where it was from. Like,
Well, you see, it's where they don't have enough money as they've spent. That's where debt comes from.
so, like, no, like, but, like, they didn't, like, specify, like, what caused them to go into debt. Like, was it,
They all had to like work more to pay. Like they had to start selling jewelry and all of that.
Gregor supported his entire family, and like,
yeah.
then his dad, like, once Gregor turned into bug, his dad was like, "Oh, hey, maybe I'll work now, like, do a job."
Yeah.
Could his parents not work because of
Yeah, asthma.
health problems?
His mom had asthma,
I
so she
can't
can't
work.
Well, but the dad was just, like, lazy. It wasn't like he had, like, physical problems.
Yeah, but didn't they end up like having more money at the end because they were
Yeah.
like saving up because
They
their kid
realized
was
they
a
had more money
cockroach?
than they thought.
Yeah. Which, I still don't understand, like, how did you get that extra money if you always thought...
They weren't spending it.
Well, Gregor wasn't
He's
there
not
to
a human.
take
They
the
didn't
money.
have human needs with the money.
Okay. I was
So
just wondering.
Just slowly built up.
I keep trying to find like hidden meaning behind this like metaphors and stuff, but it just seems really random.
Really straightforward.
Yeah.
Too straightforward.
It's too straightforward for us.
What was it?
What?
There's something I was gonna ask.
We'll talk about
You got anything?
We'll talk about Greets going, really being like, what I thought was basically how the whole story was about her and how at the first she was kind of like, almost like immature, like she didn't want anyone else taking care of Gregor when he first changed, and she didn't, like whenever her mom would like try and clean up his room or something, she would be like, no, that's my job. And then near the end she started to like let go and started to become more like independent, and like was at the end she was wanting Gregor to leave, and I just thought that was interesting.
What do you think about well, I was confused because, I mean, how big is this bug if he got an apple stuck in his back? Like,
Yeah,
What he was life size.
like life-size.
That's what I thought.
but
At
like
the beginning, because he like had to.
But then-
still in
you
bed,
can't
but
crawl
he
under a
still got-
sofa if you're
Yeah,
life
He still had to
size.
like get up and get the door as a.
Yeah, but
But
like,
he'll be flatter.
And when the boarders came and they put like all the stuff in his room, he said he enjoyed crawling through it, but it wore him out. I mean, if he was life size, how
Yeah.
does he crawl through?
And how could you not hear him crawling on the walls if he was that big? Like you would hear
And
him.
he said he got on top of the magazine ripped out paper thing. the magazine that he ripped out because they started taking all his stuff and he didn't want to lose that for whatever reason, so he just climbed on top of it.
Yeah. So
So he changed sizes.
yeah.
We'll go with that.
He changed.
That's our
Or maybe he got old and he shrunk.
Yeah,
Possible.
bugs can shrink, I guess.
If I were a bug, I would want to be a bug that could fly.
Yeah.
Beetles can't fly.
Is that
Beetles can fly. That is not true.
He was a
Not
beetle?
not or
Japanese
wasn't
beetles,
he?
dude.
Oh yeah. Oh, those get on my like mom's rose bushes.
Really?
Yeah, dude.
Alright, well, I thought his thought process throughout the book was really strange. Like
You think?
yeah, just like
Just a little.
he didn't panic at all. He just kind of like,
Just like, hey,
well,
I'm
I'm
a
a
bug.
cockroach now. Like,
yeah.
the
He's
biggest
like, "Yeah, I'm
thing
just
he was
gonna
worried
go to
about
bed."
was his boss, like, finding out.
The biggest thing he was
Yeah,
worried
what
about
was-
was why he couldn't get out of bed and he just kept
Yeah.
rolling on it. He was just rocking back and forth.
Not that he has like more legs than he had, and they're skinny and
He
like.
wanted to make sure the boss didn't get him in, like,
Yeah.
spread
Yeah.
rumors about him at work. It's like,
I would have
Yeah,
been.
that's what you're worried about?
Like they said that the traveling salesman, since they never like came into the office, there was always bad rumors about him.
And why didn't he like try? Why didn't they try and get like help from a doctor? Like,
Yeah, they never
Pretty
once
sure if
called
something
a
was-
doctor or a
I mean,
scientist.
like, yeah, I'd try and get some research. Like, why did this randomly happen to my kid?
And like
My
at
brother.
the very beginning of the book, like there was no background knowledge whatsoever. Like
Mm-hmm.
just like first couple like sentences, just like, hey, I woke up today and now I'm a bug. Like no background knowledge of his life or where
Yeah.
they are or anything like that.
So,
So
You never like see any character growth,
yeah.
or, like see how people change and react because it just starts off immediately.
Yeah.
It's just
yeah,
random.
and I don't blame the
Maybe
dad.
that's why the book was short because it just started.
It was yeah, and I don't blame the dad for like chucking the apple at him. Like,
For killing
if I,
his son.
I'm like I'm not even joking. Like, I would if my
No biggie.
if like I would start to lose hope that it was actually my son and that.
Well, it hadn't
Because he
found a
couldn't
doctor.
he couldn't communicate at all, and so like how would you know at all if he was actually a person inside of there? But so I mean I wouldn't really honestly I don't think I would last that long believing that my son is a cockroach. It's not
I
happening.
have a question. Like,
You want a Japanese beetle.
it talked about like his voice changing and stuff. Like, could
Yeah,
at
they
what
understand.
point could his parents like could they not understand him at some point?
Well, I don't think so because it talked about like how he like in the second part I think it was where he wanted so bad to tell his like sister that he wanted to get her into like violin school or whatever. And Dinger,
Yeah.
you are on camera right now and you are being really
What's the,
immature.
what did the violin school symbolize? Like, it was just like, I've saved money and I want you to go to violin school or whatever. Maybe she was
More
like,
randomness in the book.
maybe she was a really good violinist and no one knew it, and so he was going to send her to school and she was going to get rich and support the family, so he wouldn't have to.
Maybe. I mean, well, yeah, but those boarders obviously liked when she played the violin for the boarders. They obviously liked her. So
Yeah, why did the boarders come? Like, just random?
they just needed rent. Yeah, they just wanted. That was another game where they were talking about how they needed money, and when they really didn't.
Where did it say they moved once, like, he died, Gregor died, and they found that they had more money? Didn't it say,
They
like,
said
the
he moved
bottom
into,
country?
like- No, they moved into like a smaller but better located in a better apartment.
Huh.
So it was like a better location, and it was also like nicer.
It ended abruptly too.
Yeah,
Like
it did.
Or like it started. So you don't. Doesn't give you a lot.
Yeah, so,
Talk about the end.
yeah.
So how he
So-
died. Talk about how he died.
I'm gonna left out like what like there's no tell of like what happened after they found out they had money other than
They moved.
they moved.
Yeah.
It didn't say that she went to violin school, which he wanted for her, and it didn't say anything else. It was just like, and it's like, oh hey, we have more money, let's go live. It's like no follow up at all. And when
What did you think of, like, when he turned into the bug, they, like, immediately just fired the maid because he turned into a bug. So it was her fault. That,
you're a bad cleaning lady, and
I feel like even after the father killed him, it's like they were very they didn't really care all that much. They were
Yeah.
They
Well, they were
still,
kind of
like, moved on,
relieved.
but
I'd
it's
be
like,
kind of relieved if I didn't
whoops.
have a.
Beetle son anymore.
Yeah.
cockroach.
All right.
They were never like freaked out when it first happened though.
Yeah, but like yeah, even when it first started, it's like they lost their son. It's like, oh well, he's a cockroach.
Mhm.
So,
Closing thoughts.
closing thoughts on the book.
Overall opinions.
Don't
Daniel,
really-
what
mean-
do you think about the book as a whole?
I didn't like it.
Didn't like it.
Why?
Better or worse than like Water for Chocolate?
Compare and contrast.
I
Analyze.
don't know. I'd tie them. I like a
Tie.
Tie-
Tie it a low 3
I
out
like
of
a,
10.
yeah, a low
I
3
like
out of
like
10.
Water for Chocolate a lot.
Jake, what's
It's
your
just
what's
so
your opinion on it?
I didn't like it because I thought it was really poorly written,
Mhm.
and I also thought it was just very unspecific.
You know, one thing that could have made the difference was this book was not originally written in English. It was translated.
That's
So it's
true.
translated, so
Japanese or something?
yeah, so something could have been left out here and there, or
Mhm. Just the
Which
literal
couldn't-
translation
yeah.
made it a little more weird. Like there wasn't as much tone.
yeah,
It was like-
detail or
yeah.
anything. So you never know.
Got
France
one
sounds
language to read.
German, so
Yeah.
maybe it was in German.
Learn German and then read it.
All right. Well, you have now had our opinion on this book. Goodbye, Miss Lamb.